Now we have our cable clamps installed in the end. We're going to go ahead and spool those up onto our spool here before we put it back on the motor. And to do that, you put them in these slots here, pull tight, and then we're going to have to wrap them around the spool by hand. The trick is that you have to have them both on at the same time. This step takes a little bit of patience, so if it comes off on you, just try again. Okay, one more time around should do it. And there we go. Once we have that, you put it right back there on top of the spool. You want to make sure that your cable's not too loose and not too tight to where you have to push it all the way forward. If that's the case, then you probably didn't measure correctly when you cut. You need to go back to check your measurements. Okay, the next step is we're going to put our tensioner back on so that when we do operate the motor, it's going to keep our cables aligned for us. So that simply goes on back the way it came. And when you pulling these outward, so that when you let them go, they're going to apply tension to these nuts, or to these bolts here. Okay. Once that's in place, we're going to stretch the tensioner arms back around the cables. So they should be on the outside, squeezing in. And then we're going to replace these nuts that we took off earlier. These don't have to be super tight. Since, I don't know if you remember before, I said they're pretty much finger tight with a little extra. So that's exactly how we're going to put them back on. Finger tight, and then you're going to get your 5/16 ratchet or nut driver here. Just give them a little bit until you feel resistance, and then 1/8 to 1/4 turn. Now that that's on there, we can replace our black cover. So the opening with the holes goes over the cable. Once you have those all lined up, you can crank them down with either your Phillips drill or with your Phillips screwdriver, whichever you prefer. But again, we don't want to do these too tight. It's just a cover. Okay. And this is how your installed unit should look. Alright, it's very important that you have your motor unit secured in the trunk of your vehicle because you don't want to have it shaking around or breaking loose during operation. But now that ours is secure, let's find a 12-volt source in the back of our car and give it a try. We're using an external source here, but what you're going to want to do is locate the 12-volt positive and negative power source going towards your trunk. And then you're going to use the red wire that we provide you in the harness. You're going to connect that to the positive wire. and the black to the negative wire. Once you've done that, you can locate the 2 blue wires provided in the harness that we send you, and you can hook those up to the green harness coming out at the back of the motor unit. It doesn't matter which of these you connect to which of these prongs, they both work just fine. So now that we got power, let's close our trunk and give it a shot. Alright, looks like it's got power, so let's put our license plates in. You can see just how easy this is. Alright, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoy your time with the license plates.